always kind of break it up. I don't know if you do it like this, Corey. I break it up into thirds just based on the day part we're taking. Mm-hmm. And so now we move into the G-Bag Nation. So this is the final third, albeit the longest third, of course. And because of that, we welcome in Gavin Dawson to the 11th annual piece-a-thon. Welcome, sir.
Hey, buddies. Glad to be here. How you doing, Heggie?
I'm doing really well, although, to be fair, sometimes my mood during piece-a-thon is dictated by how much money we've raised, and I will admit that is a character flaw of mine.
Well, we just need to double it, you know.
Exactly.
We're entering prime time here, so should be no problem. Big money listeners here in the afternoon. What's up, Majors? What's up, Dutch? Nice to see you, boys.
By the way, thank you very much. Brother-in-law, I believe, donated 2 couples massages at Elements Massage. That is 2 60-minute couples massages. So take care of yourself by getting a massage at Elements.
The only real massage I ever got was a couples massage with Jess.
Nice.
It's a special experience there at Elements. Top massagers in North Texas, and you get calming lavender massage oil. You get steamed therapeutic eye mask, energizing citrus aromatherapy, which sounds amazing, plus chocolate truffles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fancy as hell.
Adrian did take advantage of that experience last year, by the way. She loved it. She loved it.
Smart.
I mean, it sounds like pure gold as always.
Absolutely.
That's
I didn't get to have it. I got to throw it out there.
He always wants to say that when you're
I'm
around.
sorry.
I love
I love it.
I do. I love that.
Did you hear the call yesterday, by the way? What you drinking? Who you thinking?
No, I didn't get to. I was probably coaching at that time.
Okay. The guy who brought his kid to the Mavs game over the last week or so, and you bought his kid a jersey, he was damn near crying, bro.
Yeah, that was actually a cool moment. I usually do things like that pretty secretly, but the kid is what made me want to put it out there, like say something about it, because I got him his jersey. He told me it was his first game with his kid at the Mavs game, and kids getting into it, like just cheering for everybody. So I had the one of the girls that works there check his tag, see what size shirt, because I mean, it kind of looks creepy if I reach around like, hey, what size shirt do you wear? So she checked for me.
Especially the way you just said that.
Yeah. And so she got the jersey or the shirt size for me. So I ran up. I told him, I was like, oh, I'll be right back. I got to use the bathroom. You know, you guys want anything? Just typical thing to say. And then came back down with the jersey, gave the kid the jersey, and he lit up. He loved it. He was going nuts, put his Luka jersey on. Every time the cameras would go out, he would stand up and showing it off. And halftime goes, and every halftime and before the game, I always take a shot for the game. It's just a superstitious thing. And I came back, and the kid had like 3 dolls with him, and he was like playing with them like a normal kid would. And all of a sudden, he was like, "Hey, I got you something." And I was like, "What do you mean you got me something?" And then he pulled out the Mavs mascot. I'm trying to think of what No, not captain. That's Rangers. Champ. Yeah, gave me that. He's like, "I got you this. You got me a jersey. I want to get you something." So I was like, "Man, that's really cool. This little kid got me something because I got him something." So it was cool to see the give back, and man, he was ecstatic the whole time. It was cool. It's a good experience, fun to make that memory for that kid, because now he's a Mavs fan for life.
You did it.
I want to throw this out there because I've seen a couple of people say this. All the auctions are not closed. Now, there are some that are sold, but there are a lot of open auctions. I'm trying to send the link. Some people might need to clear out their cookies.
Yeah, clear cache.
And they might have the thing from last year. That's probably last year's site. If you go to My Possibilities, it will show you the website. If you go to 1053 The Fan, it'll lead you to the website, 1053thefan.com/piece-a-thon. Are you ready for some overreaction or reality in the NFL?
Let's do this, man.
All right, NFL overreaction or reality. The Dallas Cowboys are starting a winning streak.
Ooh. I'm gonna say that's real. I'm picking them to win tomorrow in our G-Bag Survivor. Yeah, and I think, you know, the Giants are a bigger dumpster fire than them.
Hell yeah.
You have massive chemistry and morale issues there. So I think they get the win there. And then, you know, the Bengals have just figured out ways to lose again and again. It'll probably stop at 2, but if it gets to 3, it's going to get to 4. You're going to beat Carolina 2. And now I just wonder at how many until we start to get a little bit of excitement going.
It would be 4, right? And you're back to 500. I'm like,
yeah, you know, and then you could still lose a game and finish 9-8. So and the end, you know, is not that daunting of a schedule either. So, you know, I think this is, you know, fairly doable as far as getting excitement going. And I'm not even thinking making the playoffs is the goal. It's just trying to play good enough football that you could see this team being a playoff team next year.
And, Jerry and Steven have mentioned multiple times, McCarthy has too, like they're continuing to get more healthy people back off of injury. Now, maybe not this week, maybe not Martin and Diggs, but as you continue to add those add those players back to this team, it looks more like what you expected before the season.
Now, Trey Wingo brought this up, and we've had this conversation. NFL overreaction or reality, Bo Nix will win the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year over Jaden Daniels.
I'll take the risk on that one. I'll take a G bag payoff if I need to do that. But I said before the season that I thought he looked really good in the offense with Sean Payton, but then it kind of regressed as the season started. But then since then, he's just been on this upward arrow up the entire time. I'm very impressed with what he's doing. Like I said, Sean Payton's a very good coach. He knows how to get an offense going, and he's got this guy, and him and Cortland Sutton are working very well together.
It's amazing how important running the ball is from the quarterback, and with Daniels not doing that, the offense looks so much less.
Yeah.
I don't know where the NFL offenses go from here. I think what they need to do is look at the competition committee, because right now the only answer to what the defenses are doing is for your quarterback to run the ball. So, and we know that teams don't want their quarterbacks running the ball because of the injury factor, and it's undeniable, especially with Daniels. I'm still going to say Daniels gets Rookie of the Year, though, because of how brilliant he is. I think his efficiency numbers are a bit higher. And he has such a lead. And when you watch them play, it's clear to me, anyway, Daniels is better.
Okay. NFL overreaction or reality. The Chiefs are playing with fire with all of these one-possession games.
I'm going to say no. They lost to the Colts when the Colts were the worst team in the NFL a couple of years ago. And
they're still okay.
They almost lost to Carolina. I do understand that this Chiefs team is not what it appeared to be in the first month of the season, where they were going to blow everybody out and maybe go undefeated and all that. Injuries have set them back. But I just trust that they know how to win games in January, right? So I think they'll maybe lose one or even two more games in the regular season. But once you get to the postseason, I'm not considering them vulnerable based on what's happening here.
I'll say that's overreaction as well. And this has come back to bite me a few times, but I've always loved this saying that my dad used to have, and it was, they played as hard as they could, and we played as hard as we had to. We got the win, and they wore themselves out trying to catch up to us.
Derek, where do you fall on this?
I agree. I think the Chiefs they're going to be fine. I'm not worried about that. The 1 point or wins and all that. They're good. We're good.
NFL overreaction or reality, the New York Giants have totally given up. Now, I know Malik Neighbors talked about this. A few of their linemen talked about this. We said today Tommy DeVito was originally not going to make the trip to Dallas and Drew Lock was going to start, but now it looks like DeVito is going to be here, but he's probably doubtful for the game. NFL overreaction or reality, the Giants have given up.
Yeah, I think Kalashaw wrote about this today, dueling dumpster fires. And the difference with the Cowboys is they haven't given up on their coach. They haven't given up on the organization. I think it's really damaging to team morale when it's clear you're tanking. And, a lot of the veteran guys who are paid and don't need to make the big bag anymore are more frustrated and just have a hard time giving any more than 70% or so. The young guys are going to want it. They're battling for jobs. They're battling for their careers and everything, but it's not enough against, an organized team that's still fighting in the Cowboys.
I think they have given up, and I think it's kind of a first season effort by Malik Neighbors to try and get everybody back into it. And I think this offseason you'll find out just how much pull he has in that organization of saying, hey, these guys got to go because they're not the ones that are actually trying. They're just here for checks.
Yeah, he's probably in culture shock, man.
Yeah.
It's got to be just so horrible to constantly be a star and have massive winning times your entire career and then get dropped into one of these NFL teams.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's kind of like anybody that gets drafted by the Browns,
Oh, Derek, do you want to respond to either one of those things?
I'm going to just stick to the Cowboys situation. That just seems like the better move for me. This is a trap game, in my opinion. The Giants have really nothing to lose. They can be a spoiler here and really ruin things. I mean, I feel like the call out from Neighbors is going to definitely get some guys going. It's going to ruffle some feathers for the Giants. And I think if you take this team light and expect to just walk all over them, you're going to get surprised, and they will sneak one.
Yeah, and the Cowboys can't afford to do that at all, right?
No, their back's getting 5 an attempt. We were talking to Broadus about this. You know, he breaks down the opponent's offense, and he did that for us well yesterday and said, man, this offensive line cannot pass pro to save their lives, to take a phrase from Mike. But in the run game, they're very effective. This offensive line is going to light you up if Mozzie has a bad game. Now, a trend on Mozzie that Brian told us about as well, he keeps playing well against division opponents. His 3 best games.
It's interesting.
So maybe, you know, the familiarity, it just takes him a while to get confident and figure these dudes out.
NFL overreaction or reality, CJ Stroud's regression is very concerning. Because if you look at his EPA, it's down 1.6. He's struggled against teams like Tennessee. He's already thrown almost twice as many interceptions as he did last year.
How much weight of that do you put on the fact that offensive line has they fail over and over at protecting him?
A certain amount. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's not all of it. You know what? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because if it's like 80%, then maybe you're not as concerned. If it's 50%, then you're like, ugh.
Yeah, he just seems like in moments when he has time, he delivers, and then other moments where it's like, okay, he's like, oh crap, here we go again.
Yeah, it does not appear to be as composed, and that's why you need 4 or 5 seasons in multiple contexts to evaluate a quarterback usually. But I'll tell you what, with Houston right now, I think as a fan, you're thinking, okay, maybe he's not going to rival Mahomes. You know, maybe he's not a multi-time MVP guy in his career, but I would feel very strong that this guy's good enough to win a Super Bowl with. You know, he's just going to be in that next group of guys between the 5th and 12th best quarterback in the league.